Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thank you for tuning in to our great show. The Limuru 3 that had been much awaited and much hyped finally took place against the chagrin of leaders like Kimani Chungwa, who I believe was standing in for William Ruto, and he had criticized this meeting that it was going to be full, it was going to be a convergent point of leaders who are full of ethnic bigotry instead of talking of matters that are bedeviling the whole country. All the same, it took place because sometimes it is good for people to just rush back to their ethnic cocoons and talk about matters that are bedeviling them as a community. And I will tell you why. In Nyanza, where I come from, our problems could be based on problems that we face as fishermen. While in Kiambu, for example, their problems, if you have to look at the economic problems, could be surrounding the growing of tea and coffee and all that. So when sometimes people go back to their ethnic cocoons, not to plan mayhem against others, it is good. Now, as leaders started trickling in that venue, eyes were on certain leaders, and we wanted to see who was going to be there and who was not, because you've seen the controversy that had surrounded the organization of this. And William Ruto actually had a hand in it, because you could see people like Moses Kuria blowing hot and cold. One leader stole that show, and that is the Gudunguri Member of Parliament, Gathoni Wa Muchomba, a very controversial lady. Eyes were on her because of certain features. One, Gathoni Wa Muchomba is the first leader who abandoned Uhuru Kenyatta when the UDA wave was sweeping across Mount Kenya. And funny enough, and very coincidentally, she is the first leader who ditched William Ruto, telling him, we voted for you, but the kind of taxes and the way you are leading this country, I'm not going to agree with you. And she rebelled. Now, when Limuru 3 was organized, they had said that they were going to, the talks were going to surround one man, one vote, one shilling. And this is something that Gathoni Wa Muchomba has always stood firm about. She has always gone to parliament. She has shared moments when she is trying to convince parliamentary committee on revenue allocation on why they should change the formula of sharing revenue to be commensurate to the number of people or population of a particular county or a particular region. And so when she finally arrived, it was a moment of a standstill. It was very electrifying. And that moment was everything stood still, and people gave her a resounding reception because she carried the voice of the people. Many people thought she was also carrying the voice of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who has been believed to be pulling the strings from behind the curtains. Kindly take a look at that triumphant entry of Gathoni Wa Muchomba. You must agree with me that Gathoni Wa Muchomba deserved that kind of reception in that meeting. You know that Gathoni Wa Muchomba has been very consistent ever since she rebelled against the punitive taxes. She's been very consistent. In fact, they formed a caucus called the what they call a young opposition. That group that Gathoni, Babu Owino, we have Embakasi West Member of Parliament, Mwenje, we have Hamisi from Western. We have several young leaders who said that now that Raila is exiting and going to become the African Union Commission chairperson, they don't want to leave a vacuum. And they have been a thorn in the flesh to Ruto government. They've been criticizing. And Gathoni is one person who has always talked about one man, one shilling, one vote. Gathoni opposed the Finance Bill 2023. Now that the Finance Bill 2024 has been proposed, she's also again up in arms with the government, and she has refused to endorse that. Gathoni Wa Muchomba has been criticizing William Samoei Ruto. And when she was given an opportunity to speak, you could see that even the speech was very electrifying. Even Martha Karua, and I want to show you this, Martha Karua was enjoying that bit when Gathoni Wa Muchomba was speaking, because she had packaged her message in such a way that it was resonating with the Mount Kenya leaders and followers who came there to listen to them. She talked about their numbers and how they voted for William Samoei Ruto. She talked about their businesses and how the businesses have been neglected. In fact, she was talking about the businesses in Nyamakima, the businesses in Gikomba. She talked about the punitive taxes, avocado taxes, because she pinpointed areas that are bedeviling Mount Kenya as a community. And she talked about how it is high time that they stand firm and speak with one voice as they look forward to 2027. And I want you to listen to this speech, because it was majorly made in Kikuyu, but she could chip in Kiswahili. And you could feel, Kikuyus are Bantus. So the language that they speak and Kiswahili is somehow, you could feel the moment and you could grasp a few. Kindly listen to her.
Thikereriai jarie Gikuyu, thirikari ĩrĩa twamĩthurire kwa kupenda kwetu na raha zetu, tondũ nĩ ithuĩ twamĩthurire tũtekũringĩrĩrio. Niĩ nĩ ndamĩthurire kuma thirikari ĩyo yaingĩra, tũkiuga tũnengerwo deputy president Mũgĩkũyũ ia wakwa atũrũagĩrĩre mawĩra maragayanagwo hau. Andũ aitũ arĩa twandĩkĩirwo nĩ Uhuru wa Kenyatta thirikari-inĩ ya tene, andũ 272 nĩ mabutĩtwo wĩra, mawabici ma igũrũ. Ndĩraria ũhoro wa director wa parastatal, managers a parastatal, board members, andũ arĩa megũkũ igũrũ, andũ 272 Agĩkũyũ akuma Meru gũka nginya gũkũ Kiambu gũthiĩ nginya Nyandarua, na gũtirĩ mũndũ waragia. Gazette notice erutagwo, Mũgĩkũyũ akabutanĩrio na Mũkalenjini, akabutanĩrio na Mũbaruya. Gazette notice ya kũbuta mũndũ bodi yarĩkia kũrutwo, ĩkarutwo gazette notice ĩngĩ mũthenya ũyũ ũngĩ, ĩgacokia Mũkalenjini, ĩgacokia Mũbaruya, Mũgĩkũyũ akarĩa mũci. Mũndũ ũkwenda kũndwara igoti-inĩ aroke rũciũ, nĩngamarutĩra list ya andũ 272 arĩa mabutĩtwo wĩra thirikari-inĩ ĩno. Number two, maraire makĩnyandĩkĩra message, makĩnyendagĩria ngwe atĩ ndoka gũkũ nĩ mekũnyingata kĩama. Merei manyingata rũciũ manyingate, kesho wanifukuze kwa hiyo chama. Thiĩ na mbere kana ndige? Thiĩ na mbere. Thikereriai, mũthenya wa ira andũ aya maroiga atĩrĩrĩ, nĩ amwe arĩa mabutirwo wĩra harĩ acio ndĩroiga, list ya andũ acio ndĩroiga nĩ aya, na nĩ aingĩ megũkũ mabutirwo wĩra. Gũtirĩ hĩndĩ tũngĩtuĩka, nĩ ũguo, gũtirĩ hĩndĩ tũngĩtuĩka Thirikari ĩno ya Kenya Kwanza twaheanire kura 47%. No gwakinya nĩ mawĩra ma parastato, mawĩra macio ma bodi, wĩra witũ nĩ kũingatwo gũgathinĩkĩrwo andũ na share itũ nĩyo yarĩ nene. Tupatiwe haki yetu. Muthenya wa ira, na muthikĩrĩria please. Muthenya wa ira ndĩrareheirwo list ya andũ 117 akuma kĩanda kĩa nyama kĩma na gĩkomba na cross road kũrĩa kwendagio maratathi. Andũ arĩa masuspendeirwo pini ciao nĩ tondũ nĩ maremetwo nĩ kũrĩha igoti rĩrĩa rĩcoketio na thutha mĩaka 3 mĩthiru. Makerwo gũtirĩ mũndũ ũngĩrĩhwo kĩndũ tondũ pini wekĩra mĩtambo-inĩ ya KRA nĩ suspended. Ũguo nĩ kuonania biacara icio ciothe nĩ hinge. Irahingwo kũrĩ na Agĩkũyũ me mbunge, irahingwo kũrĩ Agĩkũyũ me thirikari-inĩ. Ndĩroigirie ũũ, finance bill ya 2024 nĩwe ekuĩire mbũri ta tha. Finance bill ya 2024 yahĩtũka Gĩkũyũ biacara-inĩ mwĩbange kũinũka na mũhinge. No ndĩkũhĩtũka twĩ mbunge ĩyo. Ndĩrahĩtũka twĩ mbunge ĩyo. Tũkũnyitana na mwĩtĩkĩre tũnyitane. Nĩ mũgwĩtĩkĩra tũnyitane? Nĩ mũgwĩtĩkĩra tũnyitane? Thikĩrĩriai Agĩkũyũ. Haha nĩ ndakena he mwaria wa Mĩrũ ahutia ũhoro wa mĩraa. Ndũraga ndĩraga nĩ kahũa na macani. Finance bill ĩyo ya 2024. Nani yako na copy? Finance bill ya 2024 imechukuliwa na nani?
So ladies and gentlemen, that was Gathoni Wa Muchomba. Now when you look at the events that took place and you read the speeches and you read in between the line, you'll realize that it is not very easy for William Ruto. It is not very easy for Rigathi Gachagua. Of course, some people are saying that it is Rigathi Gachagua who somehow sponsored this. I don't think so. I don't know whether he has a hand in it or not. But then, what do we conclude about the Limuru 3? Was it successful? What does it mean? What can we pick? Kindly subscribe to our channel if you are watching for the first time. Click the notification bell, and I want to thank you to those who subscribed or already have subscribed to our channel and those who support us. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, from the Limuru 3 meeting, I can safely conclude that Mount Kenya revolution is coming very soon, because they were speaking and you could realize that they are lamenting about how they supported William Ruto, yet William Ruto has neglected them. They are lamenting about the taxes, and it reminds me of the wave that swept Mount Kenya, the UDA wave, and Uhuru Kenyatta watched in disbelief as the leaders and supporters abandoned him. One by one, they moved away and told him to his face that he was no longer the Udhamaki. This is the revolution that is coming. Just like the Limuru 3, I know this is another revolution 3 that is coming, and they are going to rebel. Number two, Mount Kenya is tired. Number two, Mount Kenya is tired. And just as we have put it, they welcome UDA with a lot of expectations. But now UDA is a shadow of its former self. All the promises that they were given are no longer coming. They were hoodwinked. They were told a number of things. They were deceived to rebel against Uhuru Kenyatta. But now they have removed their heads from the sand like the proverbial ostrich. And they have said, we have woken up and we want to show this government that we cannot be taken for a ride. They are tired. You've seen, they represented the voices of many businessmen because businesses have closed, you know, and it's bad. Number three, you cannot underestimate the rebels. People like Jeremiah Kioni, Gathoni Wa Muchomba. You cannot. People like the former Kiambu governor, Baba Yao, Ferdinand Waititu. Those are people who represent the voices of the disappointed, those who had a lot of expectations in this government, and they are they have started a vehicle that will be, welcoming those who have already disappointed. You see, there are those who are still giving this government a chance. When they are tired, they will be given a fallback position. You are tired, you come to this house. You come. They have always been reminded that UDA is not their house. Now they're being given another vehicle, and this vehicle might be the one that is going to the destination 2027. I don't know what you think about Gathoni Wa Muchomba, the way she was received, the electrifying speeches, that electrifying speech, and the triumphant entry. Don't you think she deserves it? And do you think she packaged that information well? Do you think she also carried the voice of Uhuru Kenyatta? If you ask me, all of them.